Started, sir. Recording started, sir.
Shall I go
continue,
ahead?
Sir?
Yeah, please. Thank you very much. Kindly, all the participants, please be in mute condition because it will hamper that person who is giving a lecture, please. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about various kinds of text data and where they are available. I will also show some places where they are, from where we can extract it, and my important research discussion is on prerequisites for research. Okay, if any person wants to do research, okay, how to find a problem and how to find relevant data, how to find out the synapses, how to find out metrics, what are baseliners, and how the work will be evaluated by eminent people in the world. I will discuss, I will concentrate more on this prerequisites for research, and I will suggest some sort of topics, how we can select those topics from the internet. Then I will show some sort of benchmark data sets which are used for doing research in text data. Finally, I'll go for what are the languages that are preferable for doing research in artificial intelligence, and I will end with a case study. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Yeah, very good. Whatever the research we wanted to do, okay, the main element is data. Okay, the main element is data. Okay, data can be called as collection of facts, consists of numbers. It can be words, some measurements, observations, etc. Okay, that has been translated to a form of the components that can process. Okay, data is changing the face of the world. Nowadays, data is changing the entire face of the world. Earlier, data is an essential resource that powers information economy. Like olden days, we have oil, which has changed the industrial economy for Gulf countries. Okay, the same can be applicable for academic and industrial research. Okay, who are generating the data? It can be machines, it can be robot or sensors, ourselves, and we are products of the data. All these roads are lead to data. Okay. For example, if I have data in my hand, okay, which helps in understanding the performance of the models. Now, study of the data can be maybe medical field, it can cure diseases. Maybe for companies, it boosts the revenue of the organizations. For artificial intelligence people, we can build models with very good data, with more efficient. Okay. Once we have the very good data, we can have very fruitful, we can convert the data into information. Then from the information, we can convert the data into knowledge. Okay, nowadays we are calling them as how to extract the hidden knowledge from the data. Some people call this as patterns. Some people call this as relationships. IBM calling the same as insights. Okay, by having that insights, the company higher level people, they can take decisions. Okay, if we have a proper analysis of the data, now it finds new customers for the organizations, and it increases the customers retention for banks or for telecommunication sector or for software industry, and which improves customer services like Amazon, and better managing efforts and tracking social media integration and predicting sales trends. Whatnot, we can do wonders in everywhere once we have the proper data in our hand. Okay. Okay. Now, I will now, most of the data is available in such cases such as text data. It is available in the form of a documents, in the form of text files, in the form of PDF files, and most of the data which is available for data science is available in the form of Excel data. It may be in the form of comma separated values or in the form of tab separated values. We may also have the data in the form of HTML data when you web scrape the data from the internet. Please let me, please let me share my screen. Shall I go ahead? The data is available in XML format. Okay, the basic purpose of HTML is used to display the data, and the basic purpose of HTML is used to describe the data, like our databases. And nowadays, in most of the cases, the data is available in the form of JSON format. It is available in the form of key and value pairs. And the data is also available in the form of relational and no relational data like Oracle, MySQL, and SQLite. And the data is available in the form of log files. For example, supermarket data, transactional data, bank transactional data. The data is available from sensors, from web servers, and finally, social media data. Most of the people, they are doing research on Facebook analytics, Twitter analytics, WhatsApp, and YouTube data. Is it okay? Data is available. All these data is available on text. Apart from the text, you may also have image data, audio data, and video data. My focus will be on only on text data. Is it okay? Now, let me show you some sort of sources of research data. Indian government has a website called data.gov.in. Okay, I'll showcase one simple example how to collect the data from this government websites. I will showcase one or two websites from the Google. Now, let me transform to my website. Just give me 1 minute. For example, if any researchers wants to do research, okay, our central government, government of India has provided so many data sets related to drinking water, health, transport, labor, economy, education, demography, industries. Here you will find the data here. The resource is data.gov.in. This is the Indian government websites. Okay. For example, if you go here, you are going to find so many 505913 resources are available to do research. Are you getting me? If you press here, it will show you so many data kinds. Now, if you press here, data sets, okay, if you press here, it will be navigated to one specific page. There you have to spend, you have to give your email ID and your name, and you can download any of your data as per your required format. Just give me 1 minute. Actually, it has to move to that page. I don't know why it is not moving. It may take maybe 30 seconds to move the data like this. You can now, all these data sets are available in the form of your required formats. Maybe the data sets are available in Excel format, and the data sets are available in the form of JSON format, XML format. You can download the data and you can use it for your purpose. Is it okay? This is one such kind of resource. Apart from this, we have the people, those who wants to do research. Okay, mostly we can rely on a reliable data source called as Kaggle. Okay, Kaggle is a very much reliable data source. You can you can find any of the data sets. Okay, nowadays recently COVID is prevailing in the world. Okay, you are going to get so many data sets either in the form of Kaggle or in the form of KD nuggets, KD nuggets. This is also one of the KD nuggets is also a very useful resource for doing research in machine learning, data science, and big data. Okay, then you can also go for UCA repositories. Okay, this is also one of the resource for collecting the data from the internet. Is it okay? Here it is available. The data sets are available. Old data sets, benchmark data sets are available, and you are also having new data sets are available for doing research. Is it okay? My aim is not to discuss about these showcase. I want to showcase the research data in 2 minutes, please. Kindly don't do any annotations on the screen, Andy, please. It is my humble request. Please don't do any kind of annotations on the screen, please. Let me be clear, please. Apart from this, we also have, there is a website called NCBI. Just a minute. There is a website called NCBI, which will give you so many biometric data related to proteins, vitamins, and carbohydrates, all the data which is available in NCBI. Okay. Apart from that, you have Amazon data sets, Google data sets, Microsoft is giving the data sets, and awesome, you have awesome public data collections are now. You have data sets related to computer vision. Now you have data sets related. If no data is available, at the end, we should generate our own data depending upon the problem. Is it okay? Now, shall I go ahead? Now, if I'll ask some questions now. If you people are interested, you can unmute yourself and you can speak for 2 minutes. Now, if I want to do research, what are the prerequisites that are necessary for me, please? First, we need a problem. We need a problem to solve. Is it okay? My first thing is, if I want to do research in any of the area, first I have to identify. Hello.
Sir, please don't create any disturbance, sir. Please, sir.
Let me mute them. Okay. If I want to do research, okay. If I want to do research, what are the basic prerequisites for me, please? If you are interested, you can participate in my questionnaire. Okay. We need a problem to solve. Okay. Mostly in research areas, if you want to take a problem, it will take nearly 1.5 years to 2 years. Okay. To identify the basic problem itself will take around 1.5 years to 2 years. Okay, I'll make very simplification. Now, instantly you can solve problems which are available in the internet. Okay, second one is you need to get the proper data to solve the problem. Is it okay? You need to get the data sets, correct data sets related to the problem. Okay, this is also a difficult job, like a how to collect a relevant data related to the problem. Okay, then we need to have a synopsis. Okay, we need to know what to do, synopsis, and we need to know baseline metrics. We need to know baseliners. We need to know baseliners. Okay, what are the metrics that are necessary to evaluate our model? Then metrics. And after completion of, once after taking the results, somebody has to evaluate our results. Okay, somebody maybe from industry, those has to evaluate our results. Otherwise, we will feel that that every result is correct. Okay, then our results has to be ranked by eminent people in the industry. Finally, very important thing is literature survey. What papers to study to find out a problem, literature survey. As per my notes, I feel that these are very important to do research by the freshers, isn't it? Anyone has any doubts? Hello? Now you can have a small, you can unmute yourself and you can ask some questionnaire about it, please. Daily we are getting same problem, lot of noise. Hello? Anil Garu, are you getting me? Are you finding any noise from my side?
Sir? No, sir.
Oh, sir, you can continue.
Sir, it is audible, sir.
But
It is audible, sir. You can continue.
But some people are sending me messages that they are not audible. Please let me go, please.
No, maybe their network problem, sir.
Okay, please.
You are audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir, please.
It's working fine, sir. It's not a problem. You can continue.
Yes, let me continue, sir, please. I wanted to do a relevant work, Sandy. Please, if you give me enough time without disturbing my work, I can give you a really very good information resources for the people, those who are doing research. Okay, please, kindly allow me to teach, please. Now, in order to do all these jobs, okay, now I want to do, what are the prerequisites for request? We need a synopsis. I will discuss each and every one. What task to be performed and what data is needed for doing research. What are the baseliners? Okay, what are the methods they have used till now? Okay, these are called as baseliners. Okay, what are the methods we have used and what are the evaluation metrics? Okay, for example, if you take regression, we have evaluation metrics like R square, adjusted R square, RMSE. Whereas if you take evaluation metrics like classification, we have accuracy score, confusion matrix, precision, recall, F measure, ROC, AUC curves, and so on. And submissions are nothing but some of the conference they're allowing to select a particular task from the conference and they are supplying data to us. Okay, they are giving task to us. Now, I'll show you some of the beautiful conferences which are there in the Europe and USA, in other parts of country, other parts of the world. They will give you the task to do and they will give you the data to do, and they will tell you what methods to be implemented, and they will tell you how your problem has to be evaluated. Once if you solve all these problems, you can submit your results to those people. Okay, they will evaluate and they will give you rank to you. Are you getting me? Whatever the results you got, you will be in top 25 or you will be top 50, like this. They are going to give you that. Now they are also giving to what will be the related work for the problem. Okay, if we have all these things in our hand, we can complete our research within 2 years. Okay, once if you have all these tasks in our hand, once if you complete your basic methodology or research methodology course of any of the universities, you can complete your research work within 2 years. Now I will show you some sort of resources that will be very useful for the people, for young researchers who wants to do research. Is it okay? Shall I go ahead on online basis? I'm not teaching the slides now. I have only 10 to 12 slides only. I will go for online application now. Let me go one by one, please. Let me take one website. I want everyone, those who are interested, kindly note down the things from the website, please. I'm going to show one conference which is happening from 2007 onwards, please. This is a beautiful conference. Is going to happen every year in Europe. Every year, one country will host this conference. Okay. For example, if you look at here, it is a series of scientific events, shared tasks in digital forensic investigation. Is it okay? And stylometry. Okay. For example, if you look at here, they are giving 6 tasks to us. Okay. For example, let me click here, please. Authorship verification. If you want to do research, what you want, yes, they are providing what task to do. Look, now let me increase my font. Now, task to be implemented. Okay, what is the task? Given 2 text documents and determine if they are written by the same author or not. The problem looking is very simple, but if you start doing it, it will take months and years, please. Okay, simple job is they are giving you some sort of documents and you have to say whether the documents are written by same author or different author. Okay, it will be used in forensic investigation. Okay. Then they will give you some sort of data, input data, which is crawled from so many resources. Okay. Now they are providing us data to you. Okay. Now what you want, they are giving you task. Authorship verification is a task for deciding whether the 2 texts has been written by the same person or not. Are you getting me? Now they are giving you some sort of what task to be performed and what is the data which is required. Look at here. Here they have given the both training data as well as test data in the form of a JSON format. Okay. They are giving the data in the form of a JSON format. Just now in the previous slide, I told that the data may be available in the form of XML and HTML and JSON web data or database data. Now in this conference, they are giving you what task to be performed and what data to be considered. Okay, then they are also giving you the baseline methods. Okay, what methods you can perform on the text. Look at here, you can use cosine similarities, TF-IDF normalization, bag of words normalization, and all these discussions has done by our L. Ramaraju day before yesterday. Okay, the baseliners are nothing but they are providing some sort of methods. Now they are also giving you what methods you can use to solve the problem. What not we want. Okay, they are giving you some sort of methods, how to do text compression and how to collect the similarity between the topics. Now once your job is done, you have to evaluate your results based on these metrics. They are also providing you some metrics like AUC, F score, C@1, F 0.5, Breyer. What want? Okay, and once your code is completed, if you submit this code to if you submit your running code to the people, they will evaluate your code and they will give you rank to you. They will give you results. And apart from that, they are also giving you what is the literature survey for that problem. Okay. Now, according to me, I have taken Stematotus as my guru. Okay, to do my research. Okay, he is a professor in one university from Europe country, one Europe country. Okay, he has some papers, every paper consisting of around 600, 800 citations. Hello, please. Somebody is still disturbing, please.
Sir, you can continue.
Please,
Please.
they are not allowing, and please let me. Yeah, look at here. This is one such kind of okay. Now that means if you select this space, they are giving you synopsis, they are giving you task, they are giving you data, they are giving you evaluation, and they are giving you the results, the whatnot. If you want to do research, only these jobs are required. This is the first job. Now, apart from that, the one task which is ruling the world since 2 years, since 2 to 3 years, that is. Profiling hate speech spreaders in Twitter. Okay, so many people are sending Twitter information, and by providing some sort of fake news, hate speech. For example, if you take the images nowadays, fake images. If you take WhatsApp or if you take Facebook, same people, they're spreading fake news and fake images also. Now, this is the hot cake in the industry. Okay, this problem can be taken from the text point of view as well as from image point of view also. Look at here. Now, for that also, they are giving you the task. Okay, they will give you a task given a Twitter feed and determine whether the other has a hate speech or not in the Twitter, in that message. Okay, now they are giving you the both the training data as well as test data. Okay, they are giving you accuracy measures. Once you complete your problem, you will submit your results to this team people, okay, on the form of Tira website, okay, Tira server. They will evaluate your results and they will tell you whether your data is correct or not. Your results are up to the international or not, okay. Now, all these things are happening by eminent people in the world, okay. The people, those who are showing in as a task committee, they are not normal people. They are there since 16 to 17 years. Are you getting me? Now, this is another job. From this same website, pan.webis.de, you are going to find 6 jobs. Style change detection. This is one more job. Okay. For example, here we are going to take one document. Okay. They will give you some documents. You have to say that the first paragraph has been written by same author. Second paragraph is also written by the same author. Now, if you take this document, they are giving 3 paragraphs. Who has written this paragraph? Who has written this paragraph? Like this is called as author verification. Okay. Style detection. For example, how we are going to identify, there is a concept called as stylometry, like how we are going to do signature, like that every person has its own signature in writing the English documents. From that, we can easily identify who has written the documents. Okay, these are very important in the nowadays in the form of forensic investigation. Other than this, we have plagiarism detection. Now we are using Turnitin and high precision U detection and authorship affectation. Okay, these are some of the 6 problems that are available from this website. Any queries, Andy? If not, I will go for another website to show some sort of task to do research. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah. Now, next one is I'm showing one more link. Is it visible for everyone? Now, I'm going for one more website that is called as Forum. It is a FIRE conference. Okay, Forum for Evaluation, Retrieval and Evolution. Okay, this is a conference held in India every year. Okay, earlier I have shown PAN conference that held in Europe. Okay, FIRE is a conference which held in India every year. One country, one state is going to host it. Maybe last year IISc Bangalore has hosted it. Okay. Now, if you look at this space, they are going to give you some sort of problems related to information retrieval. Okay, information retrieval also related to text. Look at here, these are the problems. Hate speech and offensive content detection. Now, look at here, whenever I click this, they are going to give you so many problems. Look at here, you are going to get what problems you have to solve. Look at here, please. What are the problem now? They will give you the problem and they will give you the data. They will give you the resources, please. They will give you the data. They will give you the resources and later you can submit your records to the organizations. Is it okay? Now, once if you click this, okay, HASOK, please. Now, they will give you everything. What to do and what not to do. Are you getting me? That's what we want nowadays, please. Another job which is happening in the world is artificial intelligence for legal assistance. Okay, if you click here, I think a professor called Pushpak Bhattacharya in IIT, earlier he worked in IIT Bombay. Okay, maybe 5 years, 6 years back, I have met in IIT Bombay. Now he is working, now he is Vice Chancellor for Bennett University, Delhi. Okay, he is the person who has given this problem, artificial intelligence for legal assistance. Here they have given 2 tasks. Look at here. Theoretical role labeling for judge documents. Okay, they will give you some legal documents, you have to label them. This is this based on classification only. Okay, once if you click this task, please, it will lead to look at here. They will tell you what task to implement. Given a legal case document and classify each sentence of the document in one of the 7 semantic segments. That means we should have 7 class labels. Okay, they will give you one legal document and you have to say that out of these 7, okay, 1 will be the result. This is called the classification. Hello, and they have given another task, please. This is second task is summarization of legal documents. Another important concept is text summarization, also called as document summarization. Okay, they will give you some paragraphs of the documents. You have to give a gist of the legal documents. Is it okay? Now, what is the task? Identify the summary worthy sentences in a court judgments. Whenever you take court judgments, you will have around 100 pages, 200 pages documents. Okay. No one has that much time to read. Okay, simply we need a gist of the documents. Okay, if you want to do the gist of the documents, this is my better suggestion to take the summarization of that text summarization or document summarization. Is it okay? Now this is one such kind of job. Here also they have given 2 tasks. Task A and task automatically generate summary from the given court judgments. Are you getting me? You know who is the people who are doing this job? Okay. Announcements. Okay, this task has been given by the most eminent people from IITs. Okay, I think Pushpak Bhattacharya. You know him, his name? He is an IIT Bombay, eminent person in IIT Bombay earlier. Okay, now like this, this page itself has given 6 tasks. Sentiment analysis of Dravidian languages. The people, those who are interested in language processing. Okay, language technologies and fake news detection in Urdu. And information retrieval from microblogs using disasters and casualty detection, ad hoc information retrieval, whatnot. If you take PAN website, we have 6 problems. If you take FIRE website, we have 6 problems. They are giving you task to do. They are giving you data to do. They are giving you once of you submission, you submit your results to them, and they are going to evaluate. Are you getting me? Most of the PhDs, whatever the results that are we are getting, we will call them as final. No. Okay. Now, let me take one more link that will give you beautiful research in artificial intelligence and machine learning. It is a conference in Japan, NTCIR. Okay, every year this conference will held, and look at here. What are the tasks they are going to concentrate now? This conference aim on 3 tasks. Okay, one is on information retrieval. Another is on text summarization. Another one is on information extraction and question answering. Okay. Nowadays, Siri, Alexa, so many things are, so many question answer systems are coming up in the market. Okay. Now, if you want to solve any problems, okay, look at here. What are the problems they are giving to us? Task proposals. Let me share. Look at here. Now, let me look at here. Let me directly go to task proposals. What are the tasks it is supporting, please? If not, I will go to and I will give you the tasks, please. Just give me 1 minute. Let me go back and identify the task proposals, please. If you look at here, every year they are going to conduct one conference, and they will give you some tasks, very, very important tasks. Give me 1 minute. There are tasks like information. Otherwise, let me take one link from my site and let me research in NII. Just give me 1 minute, please. Yeah, one job I will tell you, please, from NITCR website, please. Just give me 1 minute. Look at here. Is it visible for everyone? One such kind of task is, look at here. They are going to give us the task. Look at here. IR task and QA task and UI task. What is IR subtask? They will give you task to do. Look at here. A new query, they will give you a new query list will provided to the participants in the data research and maybe available in English as well as in Japanese. And they are going to give you the data sets also. Look at here. They are going to give you the data sets and they are going to give you the evaluation metrics. Okay, they will also give you what metrics to be used to evaluate your problems. Then they will give you the locations where you have to submit the results. Okay, whatever the results you will submit it, and they will check and they will give you some suggestions. Then once after completion of the suggestions, if you submit in your journals, and they will be more authenticated. Are you getting me? Hello? Now, this is one of the website. Actually, it should give you around 6 to 7 tasks. And let me go for another very important conference, which is happening. It is called as Trek conference, please. Look at here. Here we are having so many problems. Look at here. What is the first problem? The tasks are clinical trials track. Okay, it is called as clinical trial track. Now, the goal of the new task is to focus on research on the clinical trials matching the problem. Okay, what is the problem? Given a free text summary of a patient health record, find suitable clinical trials for that patient. Is it okay? Are you getting me? They are giving you to the problem and they are also giving you the data set. If you click here, you will be navigated to that page and there they are going to give you so many data sets. Look at here. They are giving you the data sets. What not we want. Okay. If you want to do research, okay, we need a task, we need data, and we need baseliners, and we need metrics. Once if you have everything, we can complete the entire research within 1.5 years to 2 years. Okay. Now, I will show you. Now, there are so many tracks are available here, please. There are so other tracks are conversational assistant tasks. Okay. Now, here, what is the problem? Identify the problem. The aim of this task is to advance research in conversation. Now, the goal is task to create reusable benchmark for open domain information centric conversational. Then we have a deep learning track. Okay, here they are going to give you the what task to be performed, and fair ranking task, health misinformation track, incidental stream task. Now, there are 6 to 7 tracks are available. Look at here, news track, podcast task. Are you getting me? Now you select any one of the job and you please click on that. They will give you the data. They will give you the baseliners. They will give you the metrics. Okay. This is what I wanted to suggest related to the conference tracks. By observing the proper conference tracks in the industry, you can do wonders. Okay. Now, if you select any of these tasks, any of these websites like PAN website, like FIRE website, FIRE conference task, or NITCR, or Trek concept, CLEF. It is one of the international CLA fields, one of the international conferences. It's held in Europe every year. Then Wikipedia is also providing so many data sets for doing research, artificial intelligence research. Okay. Now, what not everything now, I can expect some questions from this prerequisites. If you have any questions now, I'm ready to answer, please. Now, shall I go ahead? Apart from this prerequisites, now I wanted to show some sort of benchmark data sets. Okay, I want to show some benchmark data sets for each and every task. For example, whatever the programs which we'll write in the maybe every program which will give you some sort of results, please. Oh, most of the people will feel that those results are correct, please. First of all, you have to apply those results on benchmark data sets. The benchmark data sets are available like this, please. These are the benchmark data sets for text classification. Like this is COCOA test. Next one is Reuters data set for text classification, and MovieLens data set for, and Cornell data set for text classification. Okay, what is the meaning of text classification? We are going to give labels for the sentences, labels for the words. Is it okay? Now, for example, if you take email classification, email can be spam or ham. Like this, we are going to give classification. Okay, instead of directly publishing the results onto the conferences and journals, first once after completion of our project, you should run your project on benchmark data sets. Why I'm calling them as benchmark data sets? Because they don't have any malicious data. Okay, they don't have any noise. They will remove all the noise on the data, and they will encode the data, they will impute the data, and they will transform the data. That means they will give you the proper data sets. Once if your results are coming up satisfactorily, then you can publish your results on reputed journals. And if you want to go for language modeling, okay, I will suggest Gutenberg website. Okay, Gutenberg is a website which has around 65,000 free books are available. Okay, if you want to do research and text processing, okay, Gutenberg is very, very good website. Okay, I'll show you just 1 minute how we can select these data sets. Just directly go to Gutenberg. Some textbooks they will charge for some content. Okay, look at here. It has around 60,000 titles or ebooks are available. Okay, you can freely downloadable. Here they have given free. Okay, free e-publication. That means you can download it. Now these books consisting of Java, Python, software engineering, computer networks, whatnot, in each and every area books are available. Okay, this is one of the resource. Okay, in my research I have downloaded so many books on Gutenberg, and I have done my research on text processing in one of the paper. Okay, now let me share other resources, please. We have some, in order to do research, text processing research, we need some words. Okay, in order to get word corpus, we have a Google 1 billion word corpus is there. And we also have, when I start my research in 2009 in one university, one of my professors who said that he's asked me to take down C.P. Brown dictionary. Okay, first job he has given me is take C.P. Brown dictionary and collect the total Telugu words. Total Telugu words. Now it took me around 3 months to take the total Telugu words from the C.P. Brown dictionary. Is it okay? That now there are so many data sets are available for question and answering systems. Okay, like Stanford has some sort of question answering system, and DeepMind website, it has some question answering system, and Amazon has also given some sort of benchmark data sets. Okay, what is the meaning of question answering? It is a task where they will take a sentence now or sample text provided from which, okay, questions are asked and they must be answered. Question answering system. Nowadays, it is doing an excellent job in research areas, please. Next one is document summarization. Just now I told that in artificial intelligence, legal assistance, okay. So many legal documents are available in the internet, okay. Large scale of legal documents are available. 4,000 legal cases are available. You can take those documents and you can summarize them, okay. Then apart from that, we have a collectively 200 summaries are available in this website, okay. Like this, this is also very website, okay, Document Understanding Conference. Every year they are going to conduct some sort of conferences on only document conferences. Here, if you go to this website, okay, it will give you beautiful information that is very much related to document summarization. Is it okay? Now, very important thing, machine translation. If you want to translate one language to another language, okay. I worked in Central University for 2 years, in 2013 and 14. I worked in a little bit area there. Most of the works are done by IIIT Hyderabad and Central University, and there they have a concept machine translation, conversion of Telugu to Tamil and Telugu to Hindi, like that. They have done so many languages. This is called as machine translation. For that, we have so many websites, data sets. There are so many data sets are available for machine translation. Okay. Most of the people still in the dilemma. Okay, what is artificial? I don't teach about what it, now I wanted to say only one point. Deep learning is a part of machine learning. Machine learning is a part of artificial intelligence. And you are having so many algorithms that are related to, I don't teach about what is this algorithm, and so many algorithms are available in supervised learning and unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, as well as neural networks. Okay, now you cannot take whatever the algorithms which are come to your mind. Okay, always to do trial and error basis, whatever the algorithms. Now in sklearn library they have given one document. Okay, in sklearn library they have given one document, and if you read the document, that will tell you depending upon the data set size, it may be linear data or non-linear data, or the size of the records. Now, based on that only, we are going to select the algorithms. But normally what we will do is, whatever the algorithms are coming in our mouth, maybe decision trees will apply KNN, Navy base. Not all algorithms are useful for every job. Okay, please. It is a humble request, while using the algorithms, artificial intelligence algorithms for specific jobs, kindly make sure that whether the algorithm is suitable for the data or not. Is it okay? Now, for example, if you do any of this research work, I support these are the basic jobs we should do it. Okay, problem identification, data collection, data pre-processing. Data pre-processing is called as wrangling and mungling. Okay, munging. Okay, here data imputation, nothing but I don't teach all these things, but I will use in the next case study. Okay. Imputation means, for example, if any data cells are blank, okay, it will be represented as NaNs, not a numbers. Okay, then we'll go for imputation of the data. Integration means we are going to collect various data from various sources. Okay, and we are going to integrate with a semantic data and data encoding. Most of machine learning libraries supports only numerical data. For example, if you have any categorical data, you have to convert it into numerical by using label encoding, one-hot encoding, and so on. If you have any noise in your data, junk is called as outliers. How we are going to remove the outliers? And data transformation normalization is very, very important. Here, further, we are going to use min-max normalization, Z-score normalization, and so on. And we are going to use some sort of dimensional reductions like PCA, SVD, and LDA, linear discrimination analysis, to reduce the dimensionality of our matrices. Now, finally, feature engineering. Then, once this pre-processing has been done, then you have to go for exploratory data analysis. Here you are going to go for univariate analysis as well as multivariate analysis. And nowadays, some libraries are coming up with identify the best features for example, if you take any data set, it may consisting of 100 features and 500 features and 1000 features. Out of these 500,000 features, what features are important for my model building? Okay, every algorithm is coming up with some sort of estimators. Okay, feature selection mechanisms. Okay, we can use forward selection mechanism and backward selection mechanism for selecting best feature. Then model building. Machine learning consisting of only 40% of your research. 40%, remaining 60 to 70% of the research only based on problem identification, data collection, pre-processing only. Up to here, it will take 70% of your life. Is it okay? Hello? Hello. Now, before going to my case studies, I wanted to suggest some areas. Okay. For text processing. Okay. Maybe sentiment analysis and opinion mining, and text classification, clustering, summarization, and topic modeling, chartboards and virtual assistants, text extraction, machine translation, market intelligence, intent classification, autocorrections in the data, search results evaluation, predictive test, digital phone calls, data analysis, and image captioning. These are the some of the areas where you can have a look in order to do research. Is it okay? Now, if anyone has questionnaires, I will take the questionnaires, and then next half part of my research, my discussion will go for case studies. Any questions, Andy? If anyone has any questions, please, I'm ready to answer. Hello? Or shall I go ahead, please?
Continue, sir, please.
Yeah, please. Thank you very much. Now, let me share some case studies, how I'm going to process my data, please. Just give me 1 minute to share my, could you please tell me whether my screen is okay for everyone?
It is visible, sir.
Yes.
Visible.
I'm showing the Jupyter notebook. Is it okay for everyone? If not, I will increase my font. Okay. Is it okay? Now, I wanted to deal each and every text element. Okay. Whatever I have pointed out in the PPT, I will take each and every data, and I will show how the processing will be done. Okay. How the text data will be processed, how the Excel data will be processed. In my short case study, I will show you huge content. Okay. Now, I want everyone, could you please utilize this opportunity to learn the concepts, please? Okay. First of all, if I did not get any data, then what to do? I have to generate my own data. Okay, now, a simple logic I have written, look at here, I will tell you some conditions. Okay, I wanted to create an employee data by myself. Okay, I don't want to take any data from Google, anything from it. Now I'm generating my own data. Look at here, employee ID, and by using NumPy is a library in Python, and which will do for numerical application. Now arrange function, it is generating numbers from 1 to 100. Then next, I am going to create another attribute called as age. Randomly, I'm generating the age from 25 to 62, and I wanted to generate 100 records. Salary, I wanted to, assistant professor Gay scale is 15,600, mostly 67,100. I want to create 100 records. Service, maybe 0 to 40 years for a professor's, the size of record 100. Now, I wanted to performance of an employee, maybe 0, 1, 2. I'm showing that 0, 1, 2. 2 is better performance of an employee. Now I'm creating my data set. Look at here. I'm running my statements. I'm creating my own data. Look at here. Here, I'm printing only first 5 records. Okay, means I am not relying on anyone. Okay, I'm creating my own data for my application purpose. Now, what I'm doing after creation of my data, I'm writing my data into CSV file. That means I'm storing my data in a Excel sheet. My Excel sheet name may be employee name.csv. Is it okay? Shall I show the employee data? Now, once if you run the data set, now let me run this data, employee.csv. Now, from this data set, I'm reading the data by using a simple function called as read_CSV. If you want to write the data into Excel sheet, you are going to use a function called to_CSV. If I want to read the data simple, I will use read_CSV. Now, let me show you that Excel sheet to you, please. Data. Yes, I have created a data called as employee. Okay, through my program, look at here. I have generated my 100 rows of my data. Is it okay? Like this, you can generate as per your requirement. You can generate data as per your wish. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir, please.
Now, before going to that, I wanted to showcase one PDF document. Okay, this is the PDF document I have generated to take some exercise. Now, I have taken, this is my course where I am going to teach at outside world. I have created one PDF document. Now I will show how to process this PDF document, okay, through my program. Okay, please. Slowly I will go. Now we will discuss about how to process PDF files. If you want to work with PDFs, you should install this software, PyPDF2. Okay. Now pip is a command which is used to install softwares in our Anaconda platform. Is it okay? Then I am importing this PyPDF. Now I'm reading the data from this web. Look at here. This is my PDF file. Now I'm reading it. Now just a minute. Let me import it and run it. Look at here. Now I'm asking my how many number of pages are there in my PDF document. Look at here. It has totally 3 pages. Okay, it has totally 3 pages. So my program is saying that 3 pages. Now if I want to see the first page data, this is my first page data. That means I can process any data. Okay, it can be normal text or it can be PDF text. Anything I can process it. Look at here. Here I'm printing it. You are finding \n. Okay, wherever there is a space in the PDF, you are finding the \n. Is it okay? Now I'm writing my data. I can copy my data and I can store it in another PDF file. That means by using by writing a small program, I can read my data from PDF. Now look at here, I'm reading the data from PDF and I'm creating a new file called as a new doc.pdf. Now it has created a new document for me. Look at here, new doc, which is exactly similar to my earlier document. Clear? Now let me go to text processing with JSON files. Nowadays, JSON is coming up with a very big boom. JSON is another text format which stores the data in the form of key and value pairs. Okay, JSON is outperformed XML in so many applications. Okay, look at here. In JSON, you will have the data in the form of key and value pairs. Look at here. Company is a key. ABC Software Solutions is a value. Okay, and technologies is a key. I'm taking Python, machine learning, deep learning. Now, how to load and how to display the data. Look at here. Now, a simple process. Okay. Now, nowadays, most of the conferences which I have shown you, which I have shown you, PAN conference, they have given the data in the form of JSON only. Look at here. Now, if you go to these conferences, okay, we go to data, they have given the data in the form of, look at here, shared task. Let me take authorship verification. Here, whatever the data is available, the data is available in the form of JSON formats only. Here, look at here. Here, whatever the data is available, most of the data is available in JSON formats only. So, you should learn how to process the data in the form of JSON also, please. Let me showcase. Now, look at here. Now, after that, if I want to write the data to another format, simply I can write my data into now, whatever the data I have. Now, look at here. I am reading the data from here. In this example, I have created my own JSON file. Now, okay. Now, I'm calling one JSON file. Look at here. This is my JSON file. JSON. Simple JSON file. Tendulkar, something I have given 3 names. Tendulkar and his average score and his years. Just wait, it will Notepad++, or let me open in Notepad. Open with Notepad. Look at here. Simply I have taken 3 names. Okay, name I have taken Sachin, and number I have taken 1000, and average score I have taken 48.2. That means you can process any kind of data. Are you getting me? JSON is very simple format to process the data. Okay, now I will show, I'll showcase other formats processing XML data. Is it okay? Now, let us look at here. I'll show you an XML file. I will show you an XML file. Look, this is my XML file. It has some country data. Okay. It has a root tag called as data, and I have 3 rows. Country by country, country by country. I have 3 countries of the data. Is it okay? Now, how to process this XML file? This is, if you want to process the XML first you have to identify the root tag. Once if I identify the root tag, by taking the root element, I can process. Now, let me showcase how to process the results. Now, data is my root tag. Once if I find the root tags, I can get the entire data. Look at here. This is my country data, and these are my, how I'm processing XML data, please. And after that, I can write my data onto another file also. Now, I will showcase, next I will showcase SQLite data. Now, why I wanted to showcase SQLite data? Because if you are using Python in your machine, okay, no need to install any other softwares, mostly Oracle or SQL Server or MySQL, okay. Python is available with inbuilt data set, inbuilt database called as SQLite, okay. It is very simple, and it is a 0 configuration, okay, and it will occupy very less space. Now look at here, I'll show you, this is my database. Look at here, what will be the size of my data? Even you store thousands of records, what will be the size of this data? Now, just a minute. Look at here, 12 KB. I have stored so many records. Look at here, I have stored 4 records now. Look at here, this is the way how to connect, how to create a database. Now, just a minute. Now it is transportable from one location to another location. Okay. And let me remove this XML file. Now let me create a new data. Simple, as simple as possible. Now look at, let me run this statement. Now created the data and insert the records. Here I'm inserting 4 records. Now, if I want to read the data, select star from company. I'm getting the data as per my wish. Are you getting me? This is what we have to easily, you can process with Python. Okay. We're using SQLite databases. Now let me go with another thing. Okay. Now this is the most relevant way of using the text processing. Mostly we are going to use text data. I have downloaded one novel from Gutenberg website. Okay. I will show you how to process text data. Okay. Simply, simple logic. Nothing is there. Nothing more than that. Look at here. Just give me 1 minute. Let me restart the kernel. Star means that cell is working. Okay, look at here. I have taken the data novel.txt file and I have tokenized the data by using NLTK, Natural Language Toolkit, which is we have to download it. It has several functions to process it. Now I'm printing first 10 records. Now, if I want to convert the data into lower cases, I will write a simply list comprehension and lower. Now, entire data will be converted into lower cases. Look at here. Samsa here it is uppercase, and that means I can easily do any kind of pre-processing. Okay, let me do some regular expressions, how to strip the data, then how to remove the, for example, if you have any non-alphanumeric characters. Now here I'm removing all the characters. Now a simple case like this, you can go for anything. Okay, if you want to remove the stop words, yesterday in case study Ramaraju told that there are some words like prepositions, articles, they are not useful for doing processing in the programming. Okay, I can remove the stop words, are the words that are not having any meaning. Okay, those words I can remove it. Now if you look at here, earlier I have some terminology like he and on, those are removed. Is it okay? Like this, I can go for any kind of text processing application. Now, if you want to display the data in the form of vector space model, okay, how you are going to convert this text into numerical vectors? Simply, in SKLR library, we have a class called count vector. As you look at here, these documents are represented in the form of vectors. Are you getting me? For example, if you want to do, this is called as bag of words model. This model is called as bag of words model. Okay, Ramaraju told that a bag of words model. Then this is called as TF-IDF model. Okay, term frequency and inverse document frequency model. Is it okay? What is the difference between bag of words and term frequency? Here we have given the term frequencies. That means Python is available for, Python is a term which is available for 2 times. Look at here, Python, and last also I have given a word called Python. Look at here. Now that means the word is repeated for 2 times. Now you should not take term frequencies into the consideration while doing research. You have to go for normalization. Whatever the terms which are coming up, you have to convert it into normalization by using TF-IDF vectorizer. Look at here. Here, all these values are normalized in between 0 and 1. Is it okay? Hello? Are you getting me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
sir.
a minute, just a minute. Now, I wanted to showcase one important job which is used in most of the application, please. Let me showcase some data set, please. Let me go to one directory. This is a movie review data set. Okay, most of the people, they are interested in doing work with CSV files. Okay, are you getting me? Comma separated values. For example, if the data is available in the form of a corpus like this, please, corpus is nothing but data sets. Okay, here I have 10 data elements. Okay, 10 data. Okay, 10 documents. 10 documents which are movie review is negative, and 10 documents I have movie reviews as positive. Now, what I'm doing is actually I am converting this data into Excel format. Look at here. I'm running this code and look at here, please. Actually, you just give me 1 minute. Now I will showcase. Look at here, my walk is a function which I can go to operating system and I can extract whatever the subdirectories are available. Okay. Now, next means whatever the files are available in each and every directory, I can get it now. Let me run this statement and show me clear. Just a minute, just 1 minute. It will take just 1 minute to create a data frame, which you use it for research purpose, please. Just give me 1 minute. Look at here. Whatever which is available, look at here, whatever which is available in the directory, now it has represented in the form of CSV files. Hello. Now, once if you have the data in the form of CSV data frame, once if you have the data in the form of data frame, you can simply convert the data into by using bag of words model or by using TF-IDF model. Once if you have the data in the form of numerical, then you can apply machine learning algorithms for processing your job. Are you getting me? Hello? A simple logic which has converted your entire data. Now, I took 1.5 years to search this data. Now, let me show you one file, corpus file, please. I have collected 8 to 9 Indian languages. Every language consisting of several categories. Now look at here, Telugu, I have taken business, cinema, editorial, historical, literature, politics. Let me open this document. I have corrected around 600 documents from the data set collection itself. I took around 2 years. Are you getting me? Senior level Chandrababu Agraham. This was earlier, 2009 and 10. Now, if you have this kind of data, you can convert this data into CSV files as such as possible like this. Once if you convert your data into CSV files, then you can run this 2 lines code. Then your data will be converted into numerical format. Once you have the data in the form of numerical data, you can apply any kind of machine learning algorithm. You can go for classification, you can go for clustering, you can go for anything, topic modeling, anything you can go it. Are you getting me? Now, this is where,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes. Another thing is, for example, if you want to extract the data from websites, that is called as web scraping. For that in Python, we are going to use libraries like Request and Beautiful Soup. Now, I'll show you a simple, beautiful application, weather application. Now, I'm scraping the data and you look, I don't discuss anything, but I'll show you the results, please. What is the power of web scraping? Look at here. Last 7 days data I have taken, and it is a period and description and whether temperatures are there or not for that specific location. Are you getting me? Nothing I have done. I have simply written a logic. Okay, by using libraries like Request and Beautiful Soup. Are you getting me? This is the way how you have to process any such kind of data. Now, let me go to my PPT and what are the libraries are available for processing test data. Okay, now before closing into my case study, okay, what you should learn is what are according to KD Nuggets. KD Nuggets is one of the beautiful domain which will give you the resources for machine learning, deep learning, big data, and so on, like Kaggle. Kaggle is one kind of that resources which will give you. KD Nuggets is also one such kind of resources, machine learning resources. And according to 2017 and 19 statistics, according to the 20th conference of KD Nuggets, Python, look at here, Python is outperforming RapidMiner, R language, Excel sheets, Anaconda, other things. Are you getting me? According to Python, get the share of the Python compared with our other languages. So I will prefer you people, either you can go for Python or you can go for R or you can go for SPSS to processing tests. Okay. According to Peter Norvig, he is an artificial intelligence textbook author. Now, I wanted to say one small slogan about Python has been an important for part of Google, okay, since beginning and remains so as the system grows and evolves. That means Python can be applicable for earlier versions and for growing applications also we can use it. Okay, today dozens of Google engineers use Python and we are looking for more people with the skills in this language. This is not given by me, this is according to Peter Norvig. Okay, now if you want to work in text, what are the best libraries? Okay, NLTK is one basic library to do any kind of text processing applications. Okay, apart from this, if you want to do a small thing, you can also go for TestBlob. TestBlob is lightweight NLTK library. Apart from that, I will prefer Spacy library. Okay, if you learn Spacy, you can develop your entire research work within 100 lines of code. Are you getting me? I'm not telling any fake. Okay. That means you are having all the built-in functions related to your jobs. You can go for Spacy, you can go for GenSim. These two are doing extremely well in text processing. Okay, most of the people have knows that sklearn library, scikit-learn library, and apart from that, we also have Core NLP from Stanford, and we will use TensorFlow also. For example, if you want to process deep learning using test, the most thing is Keras and TensorFlow are better choices. Are you getting me? Now, if you say, now before going to close my session, I wanted to take one live case study on COVID. If you permit me, I will go ahead, please.
Continue, sir, please.
Sir, yes, sir.
Now,
small question.
yeah, please, madam.
Sir, you told that we can use Spacy or GenSim or predefined libraries that
Yes,
are already available.
But some of the universities, they are not accepting. Okay, if you go to research, if you go for research review meetings, they are asking one thing,
Okay.
please. You can use PACY, you can use GenSim, but once if you go to research review meetings, okay, if you go to research review meetings, they are denying, okay, by writing methods. At the time, what you should know the mathematics behind the functions. So if you explain the function, they will leave you, okay?
Okay, sir.
I have also gone in my RRN meetings. Some professors, they asked, you can't use built-in functions. At the time, what I have told the black box of that function. Black box means how the functionality will be implemented mathematically. Then they have accepted.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any questions,
Thank you.
please? If any questions, I will take up the questions. If not, I will go for case study. COVID
Sorry.
case study.
Sir,
Yeah.
is it any other kind of the URL locations related to learn about and spicy and other these things?
I will send it. I will send it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, yes, please.
Yeah. I will take a live case study right now. Okay. Now, let me close this PPT and all the documents in 1 minute, please. It is hampering my job. Let me give me just 1 minute. Now, let me go to my COVID case study. Now, before going to this case study, I wanted to give a brief introduction about it, please. First, let me show you the data sets for 2 minutes, please. Yeah. Let me go to my COVID data sets. Is the screen is okay for everyone?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, it is visible.
Yes, very good, very good. Yes, just give me 2 minutes now. I'm taking the COVID data set, please. First, let me explain the data set. Then I can write a program, please. I have taken last year COVID data set. Okay, it has some features like provinces and countries and latitude, longitude, and this data set consisting of the data from 22nd January 2022, April 23rd. Okay, up to April 23rd. Okay. April 30th. Okay, first I will show this simple data set and I'll process it. Shall I go ahead? It makes miracle. Okay, by without writing a little long code, I will do some miracles. How to do data analysis? Shall I go ahead? Now, let me take up this. Now, I will compare this data with. I will compare this COVID data with. I will take another data set called as World Happiness Ranking. Every year, the. Yes. Hello.
Sir, Hanumantra garu, please unmute, sir.
Please, just give me 2 minutes time, please. There is a report called as World Happiness Rank. Okay, every year, maybe World Health Organizations, they will, maybe from UN, they will send a report. Okay, World Happiness Ranks for all the countries. Can anyone tell me what will be the India the rank out of 150 countries or 160 countries?
100 plus.
100 plus, around 126 in 1 year and 136 another year, 140. 135 and so on. Actually, please, let me, what problem I have taken is, actually speaking, World Happiness Rank is one data set and COVID is another data set. I wanted to relate these two data sets. I wanted to integrate COVID data set with the World Happiness Ranking. Why I have taken this problem? Because most of the people, most of the well-developed countries like USA, Italy, and other countries, we know that they have very good infrastructure. Okay, even though they have very good infrastructure, they will be top 10 countries in the world. Still, they have suffered a lot. Now, I will compare the COVID cases with the World Happiness Ranking. Is it okay? Shall I go ahead? Now, yes, give me 1 minute. I will show you the World Happiness Rank also, please. Just give me 1 minute. It has some 8 to 9 features, please. I have not taken total 15 features. I have taken important feature necessary. Now, this is the country rank, overall rank, country rank. It is a score. Then GDP per capita, social support, health life expectancy, freedom to take decisions, generosity, and perception of corruption. Okay, perception of corruption. Based on this, I wanted to do some data analysis. Shall I? After this, I will go for how Indians are not happy, whether the Indian is happy or unhappy with these statistics. I will showcase that with live case studies. Okay. Now, for that, I have taken 2006 to 2020 data of World Happiness Rank. Okay. Look at here. Now, this is now all the countries that I have, and I have the data from 2006 to 2020. Okay. And I will study how the India has evolved since last 15 to 16 years. Okay. Shall I go?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. Now, let me start about my problem. Could you please tell me, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir,
It is
visible.
visible.
Just a minute.
Visible.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute to load it because it has huge content in it, please. I have images, nothing is there. Now, we are going to import the modules. Normally in Python, normally we'll impose pandas for data analysis and NumPy for numerical applications, and Seaborn and Matplotlib for visualization of the data sets. Is it okay? Now, just now I have shown that how to read the data. Okay, in order to read the data, you should use a function called read_CSV, and this is my data set. You are find some sort of NaN values that are blanks in the data set. Okay, now I have province, country, longitude, latitude, and I have so many data. No, this data is available here. Okay, I cannot show all the columns. Okay, if you want to know how many records are there in the data set, if you call shape attribute, now it has 266 rows and 104 columns. Are you getting me? Now I'm dropping latitude and longitude. Okay, because latitude, longitude will not give me any job. Okay, so I'm dropping them. df.drop latitude, longitude. Now axis equal to 1 means it will discuss about columns. Axis equal to 0 means it will discuss about the rows. Is it okay? Now I'm not taking the rows, I'm taking columns. I had dropped these 2 columns. Okay, then slowly step by step I will go. Look at here. After dropping longitude, latitude, I have this data set. Now let me study one by one. Okay, now I'm going for I'm grouping both of them. Look at here, because some countries are having provinces like Australia and USA. Some countries are having provinces. Now I'm going to combine these 2. Okay, now I'll make it as a single feature by using indexing function, grouping them. Data frame dot group by, I'm grouping company and country and region. Now my records has been reduced to 187 and 100 after removing the bridge. Now let me kindly spend a few minutes on this, and please. Now I'm calling data location. Okay, location is a function in pandas. Now I wanted to concentrate on China. Okay, I wanted to concentrate on China. I'll show you the truth behind it, please. In China, the COVID has started in first 22nd January. Okay, 22nd January. Slowly, by reaching 11th of April, the death rate crawls up to 80,000. Okay, COVID cases has been ranged starting at 22nd January, and they have increased by 11th of April 11th. They have raised up to 80,000 cases. Now, at the same time, I will take India. Look at here. In India, we don't have any cases up to 22nd March. Are you getting me? But if you take Italy, in Italy also there are no cases till 2nd March. Now, let me do a small computation here, please, to do some important jobs. Now, I am concentrating only on China. Okay, now I'm taking first 3 days of the data. Look at here, first 3 days of the data. Look at here, China. I'm asking first 3 days of the data. 21st January, 23rd January, 24th January. Look at here how the cases are rising. First day it is 550 cases, and 23rd it has 650 cases, and 24th it has raised to 900 cases. Now I'm calling a function. Now I'm calling a difference of the yesterday data and current data. Now if I want to find out the current cases, now I have to subtract current cases from the previous cases. Now will you agree? If I want to, now here I'm calling the difference between the previous dates. Now look at here, I'm calling the difference dates from the previous date. Now look at here, it has given me the maximum affected rate. On one day, on 11th February, the cases has been raised to 14,000. On one day, the cases has been raised to 14,000. Then from this, I'm finding out the maximum infection rate from the China. Look at here. Now, on one day, I have around 15,136 cases. In the same day, Italy around 6,557, and Spain 9,630. Now, from that, I'm creating one new data frame, and please, I'm creating a new data frame like a maximum infection rate. Okay, shall I explain this logic? It has some sort of coding concept now. Till
Yes,
now,
sir,
yes. We are using this compression. Now df2 of location C. Now what I wanted to, I have to take from first record to last record, first country to all the countries. Now, what I have taken, list now, list 2. I have given the index of, please, give me scope to discuss, please. Okay, I have taken a list box now, list of, now, I have taken the country names, all the country names. I know the total I have 140 countries. Now I have taken the list. Now that means this country and regions are kept in a list box. Now countries is a variable consisting of all the country names. Okay. Now I'm writing a for loop. I'm taking one country at a time. I'm taking one country at a time. First I will take Afghanistan. Then I am calculating DF data frame .loc of Afghanistan. Now I'm going to find out the maximum infection rate in Afghanistan. Then I'm appending this data in the list object. Now like that, I will take one country at a time, and maximum infection rate I'm appending into a list box called max infected. Then after that, I have created a new column called as a maximum infection rate. Look at here. Now I have created a new column called as maximum infection rate. Now after that, do I need all these 100 records? Hello. Now then what I have done, I have created a new data frame by taking only the country and region with maximum infection rate. Now I have created a new data frame called as a COVID data frame, which consisting of only country and region maximum infection rate. Now I wanted to compare this with World Happiness Ranking. Is it okay? Now this is case 1. Any doubts? Now, I wanted to study just 2 minutes about the World Happiness Rank. Now, look at here. I have downloaded the data from Worldwide Happiness Report. Okay, I have taken the first 10 records. Now, I'm dropping unwanted data like rank, score, generosity. I'm not taking them. I'm dropping them, please. Okay. Now, I wanted to compare GDP per capita and social support, health life expectancy, and freedom to, and we will in India we will feel that the people, those who are living in Europe and US, they have very much freedom. Okay, no, Indian people are in India only, we have very much freedom. I will compare it now. I'm creating another data frame. Look at here. I'm comparing another data frame. Now I'm making this country and region as index. Now look at here. If I make this country as index, what is happening? In my COVID data set also, my country and region as index. Are you getting me? Now, whenever, if I want to take, if I want to integrate 2 data frames or 2 data sets, okay, there should be a common column. Will you agree? If you want to integrate 2 or more data sets, you should have a common column. Yes or no? Please. Now, I'm showing the COVID. I'm having a COVID data set. I have a country region, then maximum infection rate. And I have a World Happiness Rank Index. Here also I have country and region. Okay, then I can combine by using inner joins, left joins, outer joins. Now here I'm calling a inner join between COVID data frame as well as World Happiness Ranks. Now I have combined both of them. Look at here. I have the country and region, maximum infection rate, and I have the important features I have taken from World Happiness Ranks. Now I'm going to take correlation matrix. What is the meaning of correlation matrix? Correlation matrix will tell you the relationship between one feature with other features. Are you getting me? Hello? Correlation values will be ranged from -1, 0, and 1. Now, if the values are in between -1 to 0, this is called as negative correlation. If the values are in between 0 to 1, we will call it as positive correlation. If the values are 0, we will call it as neutral. Is it okay? Now I don't want to discuss more on to that. Just I am comparing both of them. Look at here. Actually, I have taken the x-axis as a GDP per capita. In the y-axis, I have taken the maximum infection rate. Okay, look at here. Now, could you please tell me, is it positive relationship, is it neutral, or is it negative relationship between
Neutral.
Neutral. Now, if I take log of this data, if I take, yesterday in the Ramaraj also told that if you take log of the data, that means we are converting the large data into smaller concept. Okay, in between 0 and 1. Now, if you take the same data as log format, now could you please tell me, earlier you told that neutral. Now, is it positive relationship or not? Any data which is in this format, it is positive relationship. Is it okay? Now, I have drawn a line on them. Look at here. If I drawn a line on them by using a Seaborn regular plot. Now, most of the data, is it lying on the line or not? There are some outliers. There are some outliers. That means in this way, you have to do analysis job. Now, actually my time is coming up. Now I cannot go for more. I have so many things to do, please. This is India's, how the life expectancy is there since 20 years. I have done this exercise, but due to now time is 6:30. Now with this small time frame, I wanted to close this case study. Still so much to discuss. Now I want to have some questionnaire for the 5 to 10 minutes, please.
Sir, if any questions, please ask me, sir. Sir and madam.
Sir, this is Dr. Angadi from Karnataka.
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Sir, you have said about this on different kinds of tools, the locations you will share,
Yes.
how to run this, learn about and fundamentals, all these newer this on tools, sir.
Yeah. Only one thing, sir. I'm going to GitHub, sir. YouTube channels and GitHub. I prefer, since 10 years I'm working on Python. I never worked in any, I never joined in any institute. And please, I have just getting the things from GitHub and YouTube channels. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I will show some websites now. In 2 minutes, let me take one notepad and let me share my screen. Okay. Is it visible, Andy? I'm sharing my whiteboard now. I'm sharing my whiteboard now.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, please note down. Note down towards data science. Towards data science. It is one of the best resource. Towards data science. Data science. It is a very good resource to learn it. Towards data science, free. Towardsdatascience.com. Another one is machine learning mastery. Machine learning mastery. Machine learning mastery. Machine learning mastery. Mastery. MASTREY. He has written around 20 textbooks. Mostly 5 to 6 textbooks are free to download. Okay. This is one of the very good website. This one. And Analytic Vidya, Andy. In India, one company has started this Analytic Vidya. There is an app is available in the website, Analytic Vidya. I think these three will give you beautiful insights about it. And fourth one is KD Nuggets. KD Nuggets website has also given so many resources to learn. KD Nuggets. And I will tell you one YouTube channel. One is Sid Naik. It is very good website. It is very good YouTube channel. Okay. He is a data scientist in India, and his website is very good. He has very good GitHub account. He has very good GitHub channel. You can find anything in his GitHub account. Is it okay?
So once again, please tell that name, sir.
Sid Naik. Sid Naik.
I think Krishnaik, sir.
Yes, sorry. Krishnaik, sorry. Forgetting. Krishnaik. He has given very good resources for data science. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, KD Nuggets also suggesting him, sir. Yeah.
Yes. Krishnaik. He is a Krishnaik. Like this, no need to follow textbooks and no need to follow anything, Andy. Please, it is better to follow YouTube channels only. Towards data science is a very good resource. Machine learning mastery is a very good resource. Analytic Vidya is also a very good resource. You are going to, here you find an app, Andy, in the web, in the mobile app. If you download an app, every day you are going to get 10 to 15 case studies. My suggestion is regularly per day you do one case study. If you do for nearly around 2 months, you will be master in machine learning area. It is my suggestion is every day you do, still every day I will do one case study, Andy, please. Myself regularly I will do one case study, please, irrespective of my work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions? If there are no questions, we will end of the session, please.
Sir, any questions, please ask, sir.
What app we should download, sir?
I will send the app to Anil, and he will now. If you show me, just wait. I'll show in my mobile. If you see my mobile, are you seeing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
just wait.
Yes, sir.
This is my mobile app. Okay. Just a minute. Let me open. Yes. Look at here. Analytic Vidya.
Okay.
Regularly, I used to do at least one case study from this.
Okay.
At least one case study. Then another app called as Medium. Medium. For that, we should pay some amount. Monthly, we have to pay around 350 rupees. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Here you are going to have hundreds of case studies. I did not learn anything from anywhere. Please. That's it. Anything you can learn freely, regularly. This is my mobile app. This is my main page. Analytic Vidya is there in the main app. Look at here. Analytic Vidya is a center. I will use regularly whatever doubts I will have in this, please.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Now, with this small discussion, shall we close the session? Or if you have any queries, I am ready to answer, please.
Sir, you have said about an wrangling.
Yeah.
Exactly, I'm not getting about.
Data pre-processing, Andy. Okay. Junk data has to be converted to information. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There are 6 to 7 techniques are there that has to be do before going for model building. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
any other queries? And listen once, sir. Listen once. Tomorrow we have very good session by Dr. Mohan he is a data scientist and senior data scientist in Tech Mahindra. Okay. Most of you kindly utilize the opportunity. He is going to use case studies, industrial case studies in machine learning related to research. Okay. Sunday, one of my students, he is from USA. He is demonstrating how to deploy your machine learning library in the useful servers. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. With this, shall we close?
Sir, can you share the contents what you have today's
videos
session?
are available, sir. Contents.
Yeah.
Sir. Since many months we are trying. Kindly watch the videos and get it, sir. It is not feasible to ask the content, please.
So videos in the sense you are going to be giving that.
Yes, we will send the video links to you after the last day, please. Okay,
yeah,
along with certificates.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But PPTs cannot be shared, sir. Please don't mind in a negative way, please. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hello,
please.
sir.
Sir, please.
I'm Dr. Arna.
Yeah.
Sir, I have done using data analysis itself through the Excel. Have done my I utilized for my PhD also. Sir, R square it is not much. It is giving the approximate data, sir.
You are saying that the metric for regression R square.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it is giving. Yeah. It is giving the value in between 0 and 1, madam.
Yeah, 85% like that.
Yes.
Getting lesser than 50%.
No, I think if you are getting less than 50%, still there is a need to be pre-process the data, sir, madam. Still,
yeah, it's not the best.
Maybe underfitting. Maybe you have two concepts like overfitting and underfitting. You have to check that, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Any other queries? Any other queries? I'm ready to answer any queries, please. If not, we will close the session.
So is it important that we have to take the data sets that are available, or can we do our own data set?
Own data sets means they may be acceptable in the industry or not, madam. Maybe in universities they may accept or they may not accept because they are not benchmarked. Na?
Okay, sir.
Clear?
So always it's better to go with the already available data.
Yeah, that's only, please. I have shown so many resources. They will, if you register in that conferences, they will give you the data, they will give you the task, they will give you the base style metrics also. Everything they will give you. Formulation of research problems are very easy if you go for Google search engine. Okay. If you Google it for respective jobs.
Sure.
So if you want to work, sir, if you want to work on an optical character recognition.
Sorry, sir. My area is not that, please. My area is only an NLP. Okay. Information retrieval, language technologies, machine learning, data science. These are my areas. I'm not towards images, please.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Please. Shall we close?
Sir, Ganpati, sir, I have a small doubt.
Please, sir. Please, sir. Please.
Sir, for given text, for given a sentence, how many maximum labels you can assign, sir?
How many maximum labels?
Yeah. As you said, right, we can assign the labels, right?
Sir, there are, classification is coming up in two ways, sir. Binary classification and multi-class classification. And wait. Actually, I have done up to 10, sir. I gone up to 10. In my experience, I gone up to 10. Multi-class classification, I gone up to 10. Okay. But if there is no limit, and you can go up to maximum 15. But there are no more application, not more than that. 10, please. Since 10 years, I'm working in research also. I worked in several research projects also. I did not find more than 10 class labels for a target variable.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think I have answered your query.
Yeah, done, sir.
Thank you very much, please. Any other queries?
How image processing used in this field, sir?
Sorry, sir. Image processing is not my area. Just now I have given that information. My area is on text, sir, please. My area is an NLP. If you ask any question in NLP, I'm ready to answer, please. On images and audio, video, I have not worked it. In my PPT, that also text I have given as last point. Image, audio, video, I have given as least preference. Clear? That is not my area. Maybe Surabhi can answer your question, or Ramesh Chandra, we will give those numbers. You can contact them for images. Okay?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Thank you very much, please.
So in case of any discussion, can we contact you, sir?
Yes, please. My number is already given in my first PPT, 9966966947, my WhatsApp number. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, any other queries, Sandy? If not, we will close
Sunday, what times are the session?
5 to 6 only, sir. 5 to 6 only. 5 to 6 only.
Fine.
He is teaching from USA.
Fine, sir. Fine.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Anil Garu, kindly close the session, sir.
Yes, sir. We thank you, Ganapatira, sir. It is a wonderful session for who are the persons are doing the PhD, as well as a research point of view, as well as case studies point of view. He explained a wonderful, sir. It was a very, very wonderful session. It will be very helpful for us also, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Anil, thank you very much, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.